Hi, how are you? Hi everybody, I'm Kutlo. I'm a sales and marketing manager at a hygiene company called Coots and Toots Hygiene. In high school, as the finger goes down, sorry my soldier, hey. Another finger down, another soldier down and out. The battlefield of love has taken us out. So ready. Blocking niggas, you know one thing about me, I can be so freaking petty. I will hide your status from my phone because I don't want to see it. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure you see every single freaking status, even the private ones, okay? So that you know I'm better without you. But no, I have not blocked. I'm so petty sometimes, honestly. Yeah, I'm such a softie, innit? The biggest one, innit? Another soldier goes down in the battlefield of love. Guys, I know we've been alive a long time. You know that this was when I was 15, so 10 years from now, by the way, but 10 years back in the day. But I got one. The one soldier is up, and it's a pinky. What I would say is I've never been in that situation, but I've considered that situation actually, because I tried dating men my age and it failed me. It genuinely failed me. Understand that you get to compliment, and also understand that the mom may feel insecure about you coming in. So your first, especially like if you're with that guy, always reassure her that you're here to complement her parenting style. So first things first, figure out like their style of parenting, what their yes and no's are, what their boundaries with their kids are, the core lessons they're trying to teach their kid, and be the support system to that. With their kid, they get to dictate and you get to follow. Obviously, that's your partner, so you get to like suggest and stuff. But like at the end of the day, those are the parents and you're just here to support. So really build a strong connection with the baby mama if that's possible, and also the father of the kid because that's your partner. And just make sure that they both feel respected and you're not the barrier between communication between the two of them, because all of our adult mess, it affects the child. The child is the first priority. We are the second one. All of our mess is the second one. I don't know. I'm of the opinion that I actually would like my partner to have a different parenting style than me, because it teaches my kid to learn to adapt to different parents and to different situations, because you're raising this kid to go out into the world. You're not raising this kid to just be attached to their parents. So having parents who parent a little bit differently in parenting styles actually prepares them. As long as you guys have the same values, beliefs, and same like foundation, I feel like the way that you're able to pour into my kid wouldn't be the way I'm able to pour into my kid. And so I want my partner to bring something different to the table. I think I would appreciate it, and it would also allow me to swallow my pride and my ego to say I need to learn and appreciate what you're bringing to the table as well. So, yeah. What is princess treatment? Dang, I feel like princess treatment is to be considered at all times. Like, I think it's easy to buy me some set of flowers, but it's harder to know the type of flowers I told you on our first date about and remember that fact. I think it's easy to say, oh, she's on her period, let me just buy her a Kit Kat, instead of saying, you know what, like on her period, she has mentioned the fact that she'd rather we just watch a movie together. So it's about consideration. I feel like when I feel like I'm your priority, that is princess treatment, and that doesn't necessarily come with a price tag. It comes with your conscious presence and awareness at all times. So that's an emotional cost. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna put this situation to something I've done. I've gone through my partner's wallet without their consent. I feel like, you know what, girl? Some of y'all are crazy. So if you know you're crazy, please sit down. Take the video down from your YouTube. This is not for you. But if you know you are sane in your head, go through his phone. It's okay. If you know that you're actually sane. No, guys, you know what? Okay, personally, these are my beliefs. I'm not saying that for everybody. I believe you should have the password to your man's phone and to his card. You should know how, like, the number to his credit card, the number to his debit card. Like, really, you should know the numbers. So, yeah. But, yeah, that's just me.
So it is just without their consent.
Without their, I feel like if you gave me the password to your phone, it's consent at all times. And I would give you mine as well, in case you think this is just a one-way street. I think, okay, so my journey, I first learned it from social media in high school. But then I became like Christian, so I learned it from the Bible. My parents got divorced, so I got to learn it from people in my ecosystem. I feel like for whatever, especially once you turn 21, you're responsible for all the healing that you need to go through. Like, you're no longer like a child or a dependent on your parents. So if your parents didn't get to show you good love, go out into the world and like see it. I get to see it with some of my friends. A lot of my friends are getting married and I get to champion that. I have a lot of great marriage mentors I've had over the years who show me what sacrifice in marriage looks like, what putting the other person first looks like. And that's not something I got to see in my own household, but it is something that I get to go out into the world and actively like cultivate. So I feel like you learn love from your community after a certain point. The people that you actively choose to put in your life. I learned it from God. I learned it that like, if I can't love him well, I can't love anyone well. So yeah, I feel like there's many ways to learn love. Like, just because your home may feel broken doesn't mean that your love story has to be. Oh, so these were light. These were the easy ones.
I'll say easier to answer because we had a perspective.
Okay.
This one, you might have a perspective.
Okay. Ooh. How deep can the love be if you haven't learned to actually know how to like love me? If you say that you love me deeply, you will learn the intricacies of what it means to love me well. So, yeah, no, step away, my queen. Step away. Oh, my king. I guess boys just can step away. Step away, my king. Yeah. Okay, I feel like our society puts an emphasis on being chosen as if we weren't chosen as kids. That feels like a childhood trauma. I feel like just because someone chose you doesn't mean they're gonna actually make the effort to understand your being. And understanding you is more important in the long run when you're trying to build a relationship and a life with somebody than being chosen. You can be chosen by gum on the street, if you wanna be honest. When you step on gum, that it shows you. Think of it that way, okay? So I don't think being chosen is the biggest priority for you. If you feel like you need to be chosen, choose yourself. So step away. You know what? My girl, my guy, let me talk to the girls. Boys, love you, but like, you're problematic in the city. My girls, I feel like your version of home can look differently as long as it's like complementary to each other. So you can learn as women as well to love your man well and implement what his version of his home needs to look like so that he feels at peace and you feel at peace. That isn't something to step away from. It just means that you're two different people. Yeah, I'm staying. I would say it depends on how serious you want that relationship to be. I am thankfully surrounded by multifaceted love where I do have people in my life where one is Muslim, one is Christian, and they're making it work. Or one is atheist and one is Muslim and they're making it work. And I do believe that, yes, like I can see how that would happen. But for me and my house, yeah, it's not going to be a thing. If I'm being honest. Like, I can see how it can work for other people, but for me, I really truly believe I want someone who has the same expression of how I have like my faith be expressed, just because I feel like I want to raise my kids in that. You know what I mean? I want to pass down some of my values onto kids because we really live in a time where there's no values being passed down. Let's think about it. So I do want the faith and the values and the beliefs that I kind of have to be passed on to my kids. I want somebody who has similar in that. Oh. So he's able to still achieve the goal despite the fact that the habits are different to achieving that goal, basically. Hey, this interviewer, guys, like, he really throws you in the deep end and says, swim. Learn how to swim with no floaties, by the way. That's how all these questions feel. I would say, as long as we're achieving the goal, right? Like, as long as we're achieving the goal, that's what matters. But no, some of y'all will still banks. Let's also put this into context. Some of y'all will sell Black Label on a Saturday for some cash. I can't. No, step away. I was about to agree. Nope. Can I define heartbreak? I'm gonna define it in two ways. I think the first set or the first layer of heartbreak is the failed expectations you've been carrying over a period of time from your ex-partner. And then the second one would be the realization of who your partner actually is. I feel like, and I'm talking to myself because I'm recently going through like a situation where I'm like, I actually genuinely liked a boy and he showed me dust. Yeah, he showed me dust. And I'm learning that I conditioned myself to be in that situation because I took him for the potential of who he was, not necessarily who he is. I said, you know what? Yeah, he's not the greatest communicator, but guess what? I can over-communicate. I can teach him. And the truth of the matter is, with a man especially, is if he wanted to, he would. So you first break your heart, and then you break your heart again when you realize who you actually chose. Every Jack, Jill, and Harry in this city cheats. I actually don't understand. Like, do you want to be on love, or is it just like your card for the day? That woman is your card for the day. I feel like a lot of people cheat because they don't have the discipline of choosing themselves first. Before you got into that relationship, did you actually like yourself, or you got into the relationship from an egocentric point of view? And I'll even call myself out. I feel like sometimes when I talk to guys, I'm talking to guys because I'm trying to prove that I didn't come from a broken home. So that's why it's hard for me to like let go of certain niggas when I need to know like to actually let go of certain niggas. So I feel like there's a lot of ego death that needs to happen in our relationship and our approach to love. And I feel like cheating has become so normalized because men feel so propped up when they're able to cheat on girls. It's like, yeah, that's my nigga, that's my guy, look at him, he has a roster. And girls almost do it as a way to take back their power. But where's the power when all that is left is tattered hearts? Yeah, I'll talk about the guy. I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't see this, but if he does, because Gabs is a small city, it is what it is. At this point, I don't care. I would say with the most recent guy that I was like talking to, I was going through probably like the hardest situations I've ever faced in my life. And I'm 25. Like, I'm not trying to be hyperbolic or be like extra. Like, December was a tough time for me, innit? And that's when like we were getting our feet and trying to like understand each other. And that person showed up for me every single day after work. I obviously except Christmas. And I really felt like, despite the fact that I felt like a blubbering hot mess, that person really chose to like sit in the messiness of emotions. And this person always says he's emotionally unavailable. I just think is that his emotions have never been validated, because he's a really great listener and actually was very validating of my emotions. So I just feel like I even though we don't talk in there, I feel like I'm a better person today and I have better standards because of this person. So I really like, shout out to him. So yeah. Hey, men are so unoriginal. It's sickening actually when we talk about it. So my middle name is Fiona. If any of you say, oh, you're Fiona from Shrek, I'ma literally look at you like a blank face, okay? But because there are men who like will hit on me who know my name because it's in my Facebook name, but it's not on my Instagram name. And so they're like, oh my gosh, Princess Fiona, I can be your Shrek. And I said, you're lame, you're whack, ill, icky, get out my face, in that. you're disgusting to me. Next. But yeah, that's what men have said to me. Hi guys, my name is Kutlo, and this has been my 28 for 28.